There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season.
Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 512th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I put onto YouTube. Okay, this is a Wednesday bonus battle, and this has got the potential to be a really epic battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Straight away you'll see this fought on a custom map, and as I say, it should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman has got 9 pikes, 5 spears, 5 archers, 5 cavalry, and 1 chariot unit. Okay, so he's got quite a diverse army there, I think. And if we have a quick look at the upgrades on his pikeman, you'll see that he's actually got 8 upgrades. So that's 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And remember, like we've talked about before, the enemy troops got to fight all the way down those massively long pikes to kill the man on the other end. And that's a real tall order to do that. Quick look at the upgrades on his cataphracts. And he's just got 7 upgrades on his cataphracts, 1 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, now I just want to have a little chat about the chariots here. Okay, you can see he's got 1 chariot unit. Now these bring a big fear factor, really good attacking specifications, but if they run amok, they become a menace, as we've seen in other battle videos, to both friend and foe alike, because they kill both friend and foe alike. And for some reason, when they run amok, they seem to be even stronger than they are in normal mode, if you see what I mean. So let's be interesting to see how Barclayman handles that chariot unit. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Uther. Now Uther has got 12 infantry, 1 peasant unit, and 6 cavalry. Okay, quick look at his peasant unit there. Now a lot of you know he incorporates this peasant unit into his piler shield units. Okay, and like we've talked about before, they haven't got very good morale, but as long as they stand their ground, they'll soak up enemy pilers as good as any other expensive unit. So why use a more expensive unit to soak up pilers when you can use peasants? Okay, quick look on the upgrades of his cavalry. Usually brings serious cavalry, and yes, you can see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Let's say Uther usually brings very serious cavalry, so I think that's a pretty good balanced army there. Be interesting to see how well that does. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Sid. Now remember, we've talked about Sid before. He's just come back after a 14-year break from Rome Total War. Okay, so after a 14-year break, and this is his Greek cities army. Now it's an unusual build, so I just wanted to have a closer look at his build here for you to have a look at. Okay, now Sid has got 5 armoured hoplites, 6 ordinary hoplites, 4 Spartans and 5 Cretans. Okay, so if you have a look at it now, armoured hoplites, okay, we're very familiar with those on the 31k battlefield. Okay, so that's the armoured hoplites there, but what we don't see very often is just the ordinary hoplites. Okay, these are cheaper units, their specifications are a lot less than the armoured hoplites, so to bring those is unusual. And as I say, Sid has got 6 ordinary hoplites. Okay, and just have a quick look, he's only got 4 Spartans. Can you see? He's only got 4 Spartan units there, but look at the upgrades he's put on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 upgrades. 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now we know Spartans do great with just gold shield, gold attack, but you put 2 experience stripes on them and that makes them serious infantry with their 2 hit points and all the specifications that go with the Spartans. And as I say, he's got 5 Cretan archers as well, so that's an unusual Greek cities army build there, I think. Probably a very old-fashioned one. And then you got my Greek cities army of 15 Spartans and 5 of the cheap short-range archers. Okay, so there's our team. I think it's quite a diverse team because if you look, we've got Seleucid, okay, we got Rome, we've got Greek cities, and we've got Greek cities. It's got the potential to be a really great battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at Uther's battle formation here. Now, remember we talked about how he incorporates his peasants into his pilot shield units there. Okay, so he's got 3 urban cohorts there in his pilot shield unit, plus his peasants. Now, when he comes into battle, he'll probably move those peasants so they just stick out a little bit in front of his urban cohorts, so they will take the enemy pilers. Okay, so as I say, why have expensive units taking enemy pilers when you can use peasants? And that's exactly what Uther does in all his battles there. And as I say, it's quite good economics, really. And let's have a look at Sid's formation here. Now remember those hoplites that you don't usually see on a 31k battlefield? He's got his 6 in his forward battle line there of his formation. And then his secondary line are those armoured hoplites, which we do see on the 31k battlefield. And then his well upgraded Spartans at the rear and his Cretans right at the back there. So that's an interesting army formation there. And it'd be interesting to see how well Sid does during the course of this battle. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Conan, who has unusually bought the Armenian faction. Very, very unusual to see Conan bring the Armenian faction. Now, Conan's got 8 heavy spearmen, 6 archers, and 6 cataphracts. Look at the upgrades on his spearmen. 8 upgrades, that's 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his spearmen there. Okay, and if you have a look at his cataphracts, oh my gosh, fully upgraded cataphracts. Now remember, we call these tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe. And those of you that like statistics might like to know that fully upgraded cataphracts mean that they've got a 13 attack, okay, a massive 29 defense, and of course they've got a 9 charge bonus. Okay, so a 9 charge bonus, that's a lot of impact, a 13 attack, and 29 defense. Okay, so make no mistake, fully upgraded cataphracts can be battle winning troops. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how well Conan does with Armenia on this battlefield. As I say, you don't see him very often ever bring that type of faction. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Lando. Now Lando has just got 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Now this seems to be his standard Roman army that he brings most of the time these days. And look at his cavalry there at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded cavalry. So 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now remember, Praetorian cavalry are great just with gold shield, gold attack. You fully upgrade them and you have got super cavalry there. Okay, but will fully upgraded cavalry and 6 archers make up for just having 8 infantry? I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey, who has bought the Macedon faction. Now Pompey has got 14 pikes, 3 archers and 3 cavalry. Okay, so 14 pikes, 3 Cretans, archers and 3 cavalry. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Legion 22. Now Legion 22 has got 16 Sacred Band Spears, 2 Slingers, and 2 fast-moving cavalry units, okay? General armoured, fast-moving cavalry units. Now there is a reason he brings these, and he always brings these when he brings Carthage, because these guys are fast-moving. Now why do you think he wants 2 fast-moving cavalry? And that's to target enemy archers. Okay, so he can charge across there, smash into our archers, and he knows that our heavy cavalry cannot outrun his fast-moving armoured general units there. So he can smash in there, do loads of damage to our archers, and escape from our heavy cavalry. So that's why he always does that. Okay, I just want to have a talk to you about the enemy team that we're facing here. Now, a lot of you will know that Conan, Lando, Pompey, and Legion 22. Now these 4 Brotherhood members are probably 4 of the most attacking, aggressive members that we've got in the Brotherhood. Okay, now you put them all in the same team and that could be some kind of massive attacking team there. The only thing that I would say here is that they usually bring Rome. And as you can see here, with Carthage, Macedon and Armenia, there's only Lando that's bought Rome. So that may well neutralise their attacking instincts. But my guess is here they will still be aggressive, as they always are in all of our battles. As I say, these 4 are probably the most attacking, aggressive members of the Brotherhood. Okay, at this stage of the battle, as we thought here, you can see that Legion's using his 2 fast-moving armoured cavalry general units here to try and target archers here. Or he's going to try and target Sid's slinger unit here. Can you see Sid's got, I think it's a slinger unit out the front there. And you can see here Legion closing in with his cavalry. Sid needs to move that unit back. Is that cavalry going to catch them? Oh, it's going to be close. Ah, not quite. Well done to Sid pulling his that unit back there. But as I say, you can see here that Legion here would love to target our archers with those 2 fast moving units. Those of you that have played against him know that whenever he brings Carthage, he usually brings 2 fast moving units here, and sometimes he can be absolutely devastating with those units, really taking out loads of our cavalry. And as I say, our heavy cavalry can't chase him. He knows that, because those 2 fast moving units can always outrun heavy cavalry. Be interesting to see what damage he's going to do with those 2 units. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, I just thought I'd show you our setup here of our team. You can see Sid right out the front here with his hoplites at the front. He's got his Spartans just behind them, and then his armoured hoplites at the rear of his battle formation there. Okay, as you can see that those couple of Legion 22's fast-moving armoured cavalry general units there. Looks like they're going to target Barclayman's archers. Now Barclayman's got to be switched on here, because we were aware that those 2 fast moving cavalry units moved up there to our left flank, and look what Legion's doing with them. Make no mistake here, he will go for our archers there. Any archer units that he can see, he's going to smash into. Alright, you can see where he's going for here. He's going for the Seleucid archer unit here. You can see it going in there, and bang, as it smashes into that archer unit there. Okay, Barclayman now he's moved one of his pike units there to try and neutralise that fast-moving cavalry. And as soon as he puts his pikes down, Legion does the right thing and pulls that cavalry unit away. But as I say, Legion can be lethal with these 2 fast-moving cavalry units in taking out your archers. So whenever you see him bring Carthage, watch out for those 2 fast-moving cavalry units and your archers. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you can see that Uther has split his infantry and formation in 2. Can you see that he's taken half of his infantry over to the other flank there to assist Barclayman's Seleucid? Because what Uther has spotted here is there's a lot of movement here by Lando and Conan. Now Lando and Conan always play well together when they're in the same team. Okay, and we all know this. So with Lando bringing his infantry, cavalry, and Conan bringing his Armenian over here, we know there's probably going to be attack on our left flank. So as I say here, very good teamwork here by Uther, splitting his infantry up, sending half his infantry over to this flank in anticipation of the attack that it's going to receive. It keeps his cavalry central there, probably to be able to help either one of his armies there if they're heavily attacked. Okay, and as I say, I've got my infantry there, and you can see Sid's infantry there as well. Okay, so we'll be kind of holding the centre ground there. But as I say, it's a nice move there by Uther there. Nice bit of teamwork there by him in anticipation of an attack on the left flank by Lando and Conan. As I say, when they play together, they are both extremely aggressive and attacking players, as both Legion and Pompey are as well. Okay, so just like to show you here, can you see I'm bringing my 5 cheap short-range archers forward here? Okay, now there's a reason for that, because what I want is the enemy's expensive Cretan archers to shoot their expensive arrows at my cheap archers. Okay, now I'm going to leave Sid's archers there, so they're fully arrowed up, if you like. They haven't fired any arrows, and they're all Cretan archers, good long-range ones. But I'm going to take my short-range cheap archers forward here, and I'm hoping that Pompey will shoot his expensive arrows into my cheap archers. Okay, and I'm going to take a few of his archers out as well, obviously with my 5, but it will leave Sid's Cretan archers there fully arrowed, so they can use them either to finish off the Cretan archers or target other units. But as I say, having the cheap archers, you still do a lot of damage to enemy archers, but because they're so cheap, you could encourage these expensive archers to shoot their expensive arrows into your cheap archers. It's a good economy, I think, myself. As I say, I got 5 of them there. Now my guess is that Pompey's going to run his Cretan archers back, because he doesn't really want to suffer a damage to his expensive archers by my cheap ones. So as I say, my cheap archers are only short range, but look, I got 5 of them. I've already reduced that Cretan unit there down to what, 60 men? There, down to less than 60 men, look, with my cheap archers. So, as I say, they are cheap, short range, but if you use them properly, they can be really good economic archers to bring, if you see what I mean, rather than the long distance expensive archers. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you can see Barclayman using his fast-moving chariot unit to target Legion's fast-moving general armoured cavalry units there, the ones that have been harassing our archers. Okay, and remember, those chariots are fast-moving, and they will catch up to those fast-moving Carthage general armoured cavalry units there. So that's why Legion's pulled them back out of the way there. As you can see here, you got Barclayman's cataphracts plus Uther's cavalry now over on this left flank. As I say, I think they're anticipating an attack here by both Conan and Lando here on our left flank. As I say, Conan and Lando, when they're in the same team, they usually team up within that team, and they usually are very aggressive on whichever flank they decide to attack. Okay, you can see Lando here taking his archers forward, his 6 archers forward there. Notice they're in close formation there for more impact and more damage, and he will now start targeting Seleucid's 120 man units. Now remember, those Seleucid pike units are extremely susceptible to archer damage. Now he's either going to start targeting the Seleucid archers there or the 120 man units. Right, can you see here Legion's fast moving cavalry units once again? Look, and get ready, bang, as they smash into the Seleucid archer units. As I say, look at the great way that Legion uses these 2 units. Every time he brings Carthage to the 31k battlefield, you have to be aware of these 2 fast-moving cavalry units, and the amount of archers that I've seen him take out with those 2 units in games. It's a really good tactic to bring those 2 fast-moving units. Any of you that fancy bringing Carthage, this is a great example of what you can do. Right, now I want to draw your attention here. Can you see that Lando has craftily moved his archers forward to target that archer unit? Okay, now you can see here, can you see that he's changed, he's not firing ordinary arrows, he's using fire arrows because he wants to make that chariot unit run amok. Now fire arrows bring fear and will make a chariot unit run amok here, okay? So make no mistake, okay, this chariot unit has now run amok. See the banner? Now make, just like to draw your attention, can you see that Uther has got 54 man cavalry units there? Now you watch this chariot running amok. Okay, get ready. Look at that chariot now, look, running amok into Uther's cavalry unit there. So this is our allies' chariot unit here, killing loads of Uther's cavalry. Now that was a 54 man cavalry unit there, stood just behind those amok chariots. And now look how many is left. 14. So he's just lost 40 cavalry from a friendly run amok chariot there. This is what we talk about, you know, when we say about, look at all the dead there. This is what we talk about bringing chariots. It's a double-edged sword. If they run amok, look at the damage that they've done. They've just taken out 40 of Uther's cavalry from that unit. So he's just got 14 men left in a really good cavalry unit there that run amok chariot has just taken out. So as I say, bringing chariots can be a double-edged sword, and that was a nice archer tactic there by Lando. Make no mistake, that was deliberately done there, and he's cost us a lot of cavalry from doing that, making that unit run amok. Okay, as I say here, you can see Lando now aggressively moving forward, and as I say, you've got Conan's Armenian spearmen there as well. So as I say, it wouldn't surprise me now if Conan and Lando here attack aggressively on this flank. Once again, look at Legion's fast moving cavalry units taking out another archer unit there, look. Going back in for more, look. Going to try and take out more of those Seleucid archer units there. As I say, this is a great example of what you can do with fast moving cavalry units. Okay, and that's exactly what he's doing. You can see Uther now is bringing over the other half of his Julii army there to this flank. But as I say, you can see both Lando and Conan here revving up to attack here on this left flank. You can see the way they're moving forward. You can see that the tactics that they're using here. Make no mistake, this is where they're going to hit. And as I say here, you can see Uther, as I say, has brought his other half of his Julii army that were on the other flank. He's brought both of his infantry armies over to this left flank now to try and help neutralise the Armenian and SBQR attack that's happening on our left flank here. Okay, let's pause again for a second. So as I say, you can see that Uther here, remember he split his army, left one half of his army on one flank and brought the other half over to support on this flank here. Okay, but now he's brought both of his halves of his army over onto this left flank. Now, can you see here what Barclayman wants to do? He wants to face Macedon, so he wants to go on the right flank, and he wants my Greek cities army to move over to the left flank to help Uther against the SBQR Roman troops. Okay, so that's what Barclayman wants. He wants to move his army over to the right flank to match the Macedonians, and he wants me to move my Greek cities over to the left flank to help Uther against Armenia and the enemy SBQR troops there. Okay, so that's why he's done that. I can still see Legion's fast-moving armoured units there. Right, can you see here? Uther's put a peasant unit out there to take the pillars from the enemy troops. Okay, but it wouldn't surprise me if Legion charged one of his cavalry, fast-moving cavalry. There you go, look, fast-move, bang! Smash into that peasant unit. He's bringing another unit in as well. Look how versatile these two fast-moving armoured cavalry general units. Look at it, now we're going to go into the archers, look, bang! Going to charge into Sid's Cretan archers there now, look. So you can see how versatile those two fast-moving Carthage armoured general cavalry units really are here. Okay, but as I say, you can see Uther here has got both of his armies over here, if you like. So he's got his combined Julii army over here, and you can see the enemy SBQR troops moving forward. You can see the Armenian troops moving forward. Barclayman's got his well-upgraded Seleucid cataphracts over here as well. But you might be wondering where Uther's cavalry is. Okay, let's say you got those fully upgraded cataphracts, you got Lando's cavalry, infantry, you got Armenian archers, Armenian heavy spearmen here attacking Uther. But as I say, you might be thinking, well, where's Uther's cavalry? Well, I'll tell you where Uther's cavalry are. They're hiding in the long grass. They're probably going to be about where I've just shown you there. Probably about there, I would think, ready to charge out. Now, whether Conan knows that they're there or not, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, you can see Legion here moving towards Sid's Greek cities formation here. And as I say, Barclayman wanted to take on Macedon, so that's why he moved his army over to the right flank there. Okay, so that's a general picture. That's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. But I'm just wondering here whether Conan and Lando realise that Uther's got his well-upgraded cavalry hiding in the long grass. Of course, this is great ambush territory there with long grass and things like that. Right, you can see I'm bringing my Greek cities army over here to assist Uther against the two attacking armies that are moving in on him. Right, you can see the SBQR general here, Lando, taking his cavalry in there, looking to take out maybe the forward unit of Uther's little force there. Uther's gone into Testudo, and bang, as that SBQR cavalry smashes in there. And as I say, Uther made a good move there going into Testudo. Great defence formation there. You can see that he's throwing pillars into that cavalry as well. So well done to him there. Really did well. You can see I'm moving my Greek cities forward into those SBQR troops. Okay, you can see there to assist Uther's little force there. Let's say is his two half infantry armies here. Right, you can see Uther now attacking aggressively into Conan's Armenian spearmen there. Okay, you can see Conan here bringing his fully upgraded cataphracts. You can see the Seleucid cataphracts there ready to engage them, but get ready for Uther's cavalry. Remember, they're hiding. There you go. You see Uther's cavalry just come out the long grass. Right, let's pause the game for a second. So you got Uther's well upgraded cavalry hiding in the long grass has just come out. Plus you got Barclayman's Seleucid cataphracts as well. So they're going to do a joint attack on Conan's fully upgraded cataphracts. So as I say, with long grass that you can plan great ambushes. As I say, Uther's one half of his infantry army there is going into the pikemen there. I'm moving my Greek city's army forward here towards the SPQR infantry. Meanwhile, over here you can see that the army of Legion here is Carthage Sacred Band units are pushing into Sid's formation. Okay, now you can see here that Barclayman has got his units round the right flank here to attack the flank of those enemy Macedonian troops. My guess is though that Pompey will now turn his Macedonian units to face a Seleucid threat, and that's going to be a real scrap there on that right flank. Okay, but meanwhile over here on our left flank here, as I say, with Uther's cavalry just coming out the long grass where they were hiding, plus the Seleucid cataphracts going to smash into Conan's fully upgraded cataphracts here. Right here you can see Uther's cavalry going in there. Remember, I think Uther's got 8 upgrades on his cavalry, and bang, as they smash in to those Armenian cataphracts there. If they can take out the Armenian general, that would be great, because Armenia hasn't got very good morale anyway. And you can see here Conan using his other 3 cataphracts to charge in to the Seleucid cataphracts there. Okay, so make no mistake, this is a real scrap, a cavalry scrap here on our left flank. That's good news for us. We've routed the Armenian general. So well done to Uther, he's done well there. Get rid of that Armenian general. As I say, Armenia hasn't got very good morale anyway. Take out the general, that's good news for us. Okay, but you can see here there's a real scrap going on there. Remember, those cataphracts will have their effective against armor maces out, and Uther would have definitely auto-attacked himself to be using the heavy swords of the Praetorian cavalry instead of the light lances. But as you can see, there's 5 or 6 cavalry units there attacking the cataphracts. Now you've got Lando's well upgraded cavalry come over here as well to smash in with his Armenian ally against our Seleucid ally. But Uther's doing well. He's taking an infantry unit over there as well, and look how Uther is pressing in on those Armenian heavy spearmen there. So well done to Uther, nice aggression there. You can see here my Greek city's army now. I'm pushing in to the enemy SPQR infantry there. I'd like to take out that SPQR general if I could. As a lot of you will know, I like to take the morale bonus away from enemy troops by taking out the general. Here you can see the Carthage Sacred Band really pushing in on Sid's formation here. As I said here before, you can see that Pompey's turned his pikemen here to face the Seleucid pikemen. Plus, Pompey's got his cavalry in behind the Seleucid pikemen as well. Okay, so with a hammer and anvil attack, the cavalry being the hammer and the infantry being the anvil there, he can maybe take out all the Seleucid troops here if Barclayman's not careful. Okay, so there's a general overview of the battle at the moment, but maybe over here on the left flank, the cavalry scrap. Okay, maybe this could be pivotal and decisive to the outcome of the battle here. Whoever wins here has then got roving cavalry to take around the battlefield and hit targets wherever they want. Okay, I see Barclayman's general's just been routed there, so that's bad news for us. And a lot of the Seleucid cavalry have been taken out. You can see Lando now charging his well upgraded SPQR cavalry into Uther's cavalry there as well. Bang, as they charge in there. There's some more cataphracts charging there as well, and bang, as they charge into Uther's cavalry. Right, let's just pause the game for a second. So you got Armenian cataphracts here. You can see, I think there's one Seleucid cataphract unit left, but you can see the Armenian cataphracts and the SPQR cavalry charging into Uther's cavalry. Now, as I say, that could be the make or break of the battle there, whoever wins. You can see Uther here pressing in with his cavalry against the Armenian pikemen. Make no mistake there, Lando's archers in that close tight formation will be causing a lot of casualties to our troops there. Lando's always very good tactics there. You can see I'm pushing forward into the enemy SPQR infantry. I'd like to take out those, take on those Macedonian pikemen as well, which are moving towards me as well. But as I say, you can see here Legion making inroads into Sid's formation there. I notice Sid's got a unit around the flank of the Carthage Sacred Band units pushing in from the flank. Nice move there by Sid. And he's got those other units there that he can maybe move into the flank of those attacking Carthage troops as well. Plus, you can see that Pompey's backing up Legion with some Macedonian units there. Now, a heck of a lot of Barclayman's Seleucid pikemen here have been taken out already. Can you see? with that hammer and anvil attack using his cavalry and infantry in good combination there. Pompey's done well against our Seleucid ally there. Okay, there's still a couple of Seleucid units left there, which hopefully will hold there. But as I say, so there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. Okay, so as I say, this cavalry tussle here over on our left flank, maybe this could make or break the battle, because whoever wins will obviously have cavalry there to rove around the battlefield and charge into the rear of engaged troops there. Okay, but I think Uther's done extremely well with his well upgraded Praetorian cavalry, and he's bringing in infantry as well into the rear of those enemy cataphracts and into the rear of those enemy SPQR cavalry as well. Sandwich attack there, cavalry and infantry. And you can see you've got SPQR and Armenia in between the sandwich there. And as you can see here, his Julii troops are really pushing in on those Armenian spearmen. And as I say here, my Greek city army now is pushing. I'd love to take out that SPQR general, as a lot of you will know. I'm now turning a lot of my spearmen here towards those Macedonian pikemen, because I view those as the danger to me here. Okay, I've got SPQR units pushing in from different directions on me, but those Macedonian pikemen are the ones that I'm going for. Can you see how I'm pushing my spearmen? Really pushing my spearmen into those Macedonians here, being very aggressive. Okay, I'm not going to let the length of their pikes kill my men, so that my short spearmen can't get to them, if you see what I mean. Right, let's just pause the game for a second. Okay, so over here on the left flank, you can see a heck of a lot of our Seleucid allies' pike units have now been taken out. Pompey's done extremely well there with I see one of his allies' Carthage units were thrown in there as well. Legion's doing extremely well here with his Carthaginians against Sid's formation, and he's being backed up by his Macedonian ally Pompey. Okay, but you can see here that our right flank is under a lot of pressure from those pikes. As I say, my Greek cities here are moving forward into those Macedonian units, and I'd like to take out that SPQR general, and then I'll up spears and run over to the other flank to help my ally out there. Okay, but here you can see, I think Uther's done an extremely good job with his cavalry and infantry. He's taken out most of the SPQR cavalry there now, and he's now moving his infantry and cavalry over from left to right here to help our allies out. So that's a nice nice move there by Uther. As I say here, you can see over on our right flank there that the enemy Macedonians and enemy Carthage troops there have done a lot of damage there, and Sid and Barclayman held extremely well over there for a long time. Okay, so I've taken out the units that are in front of me. I've now up spears, and I'm now running over to that flank to help my allies. You can also see that Uther is running his Julii troops over as well to help our allies over on our right flank there. Okay, now so remember here, the Macedonian and the Carthaginians and SPQR are the enemy. Okay, right, you can see Uther's cavalry here mopping up the enemy archers to stop them shooting into the rear of us. Okay, you can see here, I think basically most of our Seleucid allies' pike units have now been taken out. I think you might have 2 units left there. The Macedonians and Carthaginians are really pushing in on us there. As I say, very good factions, those two. And as I say, there you are, Barclayman's got 2 pike units left. That's all he's got, I think, out of his entire army now. And Sid, I think, has been holding extremely well against really good upgraded pike and spear units attacking him. But as I say, you can see Uther bringing his infantry over. I'm now running my Greek cities into those Macedonians there. Okay. As soon as I make contact with those Macedonian pikemen, I will then put my spears down, and I will then aggressively attack those Macedonians there. Remember, when you are fighting the big long piked units, you don't want to stand back, because those long pikes will kill your men and your short spears won't be able to get to them. So you need to really push your spearmen in there to be able to get to them. Nice move here by Uther, charging his cavalry in, and bang, as he charges them into those Macedonians. That was a nice hit there. Look, he's going for the Macedonian general. That was a nice hit there. But you can see here, oh, there's a Macedonian cavalry charging back in there. I think Uther's done extremely well with his cavalry here, taking out a lot of enemy troops all over the battlefield. And that was a nice surgical hit there. Make no mistake there, he was going for the Macedonian general. So he did it extremely well there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So you can see my Greek cities army, I'm moving into the Macedonians there. And also, can you see There, can you see how I've closed in close with those Macedonians? I'm not going to let their long pikes have the advantage there. I got Carthaginians moving in on me as well, so I'm fighting both Carthage and Macedonia in my Greek cities. As you can see, Uther bringing his Julii troops over, attacking the flank and rear of enemy troops there. So well done to him. And I think, yeah, you can see that Barclayman still got his 2 Seleucid units there fighting the Macedonians, and Uther's cavalry has been doing extremely well as well there. Okay. And Lander's got his archers at the rear there. He may well auto-attack with them, or he may just admit defeat like he's just done. Okay, maybe he could have run those archers into the rear of us there, but he's just admitted defeat. So I think apart from those archers, the rest of his army was dead there. So you can see here, let's pause the game for a second. So my cheap archers here, okay, can you see? I've now put them into fire arrows. You've got the Seleucid archers there as well, and Cretan archers, and we're now shooting fire arrows into the rear. Okay, see the fire arrows there? So we switched from normal arrows to fire arrows. There's a reason for that. Okay, because we're shooting fire arrows into the rear of those engaged Carthage troops. Now remember, fire arrows don't just kill enemy troops, they take morale away from enemy troops as well, lowering their morale, making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, so you can see we're shooting a big volume of arrows into the rear of those engaged Carthage Sacred Band troops. Uther's really pressing in with his Julii infantry, doing a good job. Let's say Sid, I think, has held extremely well against the aggressive attack of Pompey and Legion here over on our right flank. But you can see those Carthaginians really closing in on my Greek cities. But what I'm thinking here is we could sandwich those Carthage units there. You see, Uther is one part of the bread, if you like. My Greek cities is the other part of the bread, and the Carthaginians are the in-between ingredients of the sandwich, if you see what I mean there. As you can see, we're both pushing in on those Carthage Sacred Band units there in a sandwich attack. And also, don't forget to see our fire arrows going into those Carthaginians as well, lowering their morale, making them more susceptible to routing. And make no mistake, we're really pushing in here onto those Carthaginian units. More Julii units coming over from Uther's army there, attack him. It wouldn't surprise me. I think those Carthaginians have held quite well, but of course that was inevitable. I think that they were going to rout in that big sandwich attack between Uther and myself there, moving in on those Carthaginian units. And it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle here. But as I remember, this battle was a really spread out battle from one flank to the other, if I remember correctly. As I say, running my Greek cities over now to attack any enemy units that are still left there, and I think the enemy have just admitted defeat there. But as I say, it is quite a spread out battlefield, if you notice here, from one flank to the other. Remember on that left flank there where our Julii ally Uther was fighting the cataphracts and the SBQR cavalry over there, with assistance from Barclayman's cataphracts as well. So remember, that was over on our left flank there, that big cavalry tussle that was going on. And Uther incorporated some infantry into that cavalry tussle, really, which helped well. And as you can see here, as you move across the battlefield here, you can see the dead. The Armenian dead are a little bit more difficult to see within the grass there. But as we move across here, you can see piles of dead, and then we've got a little bit of a gap there, you can see, between that pile of dead and the other pile of dead. But when we moved over here, you can see this was a real intense part of the grinding down battle. Pike on spear, spear on pike, really grinding down over here on the right flank. Okay, so let's say, I think Sid has got 2 units left, maybe. Yeah, I think he's got 2 units left, Sid has. So he's done well there, holding as long as he did on that right flank. So well done to him. And I think our Seleucid allies got 2 units left as well there. So as I say, it was a real battle of attrition. This was a grinding down battle, especially on this right flank, as I say, with pike against spear, spear against pike, really grinding down there. So as I say, it was, my guess is it's going to be a pretty close one. Just have to see. But really well played to both teams there, I thought. Let's say, it wouldn't surprise me if it's there we go. So first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. Really well played, guys. Some great moves there. And as I say, it was a close victory there. So, as I say, it was close. I thought it might have been very close if this game did that, but close victory. Quite pleased with that there. Highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Uther, 1,912 kills. So really well done to Uther there. He was all over the battlefield with infantry and cavalry, assisting, helping, attacking wherever he could. So really well done to Uther there. Got some really good kills there. And as I say, really well played to everybody in the game. I think Pompey and Legion got the second and third highest kills, so well done to them. So as I say, Uther got the first, and Pompey and Legion got the second and third. Well done to Conan bringing Armenia to 31k battlefield. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted, but well done for bringing Armenia. Nice to see other factions being bought. Well done to Lando. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted there either. He usually gets great kills with archers and cavalry. Well done to Pompey. Good kills with Macedon there, and well done to Legion 22, good kills there as well. So really well played, guys. Some great moves there, great teamwork. Like I say, well done to Sid with his very old-fashioned army there. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted, but he held magnificently, if you don't mind me saying, over on that right flank. That old Spartan army of mine didn't do too bad. Well done to Barclay, man, there. He did well. He was supporting all over the battlefield. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but he played extremely well with his Seleucids. And as I say, well done to Uther, getting the highest kills in the battle there. So I hope you enjoyed this Wednesday bonus battle. As I say, it was a very diverse battle there. In our team, look, Greek, Seleucid and Rome. So that's quite diverse. And in the other team, look, Armenia, Rome, Macedon and Carthage. Very diverse team there. So as I say, I hope you enjoyed this Wednesday bonus battle. Look forward to seeing you Saturday. Please leave a comment if you like. And bye for now.